Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am Weenus, and I'm joined tonight by Ziltoid. Hello, Ziltoid.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
I know I'm doing well. I'm very excited to see this matchup between Montreal-style Beigels and Celeb Gaming in this heroic division matchup. We're just waiting for a couple more members to fill in, but they are on their way, so I thought maybe we'd look at a couple things as we get started here. So let's go ahead and look at Montreal-style Beigels. Let's check out their heroes profile and see if we can get some information there. Let's see if I've set this up correctly. All right, cool. So just taking a look, we're just going to look at some of the heroes that are played by Montreal-style Beigels. Most played: Imperius, Phoenix, Nubarak. What is there anything interesting to you here, Ziltoid?
Well, I see a Nazebo in some of their pool. As far as like what's most played, Imperius is pretty common right now throughout all divisions of NGS. Phoenix is definitely one of those very common, like, good backline heroes to have. And of course, Nubarak is probably the strongest tank in the game right now. You know, duking it out right now with Diablo for that top spot. Very commonly picked and banned. So, not surprised to see, you know, top heroic team, you know, the heroic division be running kind of what we would consider top meta picks for the most part.
And the data that I put in front of your eyes, it may be a little bit misleading because it's really only 3 games with Imperius, 3 with Phoenix, and 2 with a noob. But still, I think they, you know, I guess that means something. I guess that just means that you have a large hero pool. If the heroes that you have as most played only have a couple games on them.
Well, it's only 6 games total, right? So I mean, it makes sense that you know, they would still branch out a bit, but yeah, if there's 3 games played on each one of those, at least half of their games involve those, you know, at least the top, those 2 heroes, Imperius and Phoenix.
Right. We are looking at a small sample size, so even a low number will represent at least a good chunk there. All right, let's take a look at most banned by Montreal-style Beigels, and then most banned against Montreal-style Beigels.
Zeratul, Maiev, pretty much the most commonly banned heroes in the game right now. At least as far as when you're going into A division and heroic division, even B division, you'll see these 2 heroes kind of removed because there's lots of players that can play them, and anyone that can play them can have enormous impact in the game. Abathur is very, very good on any macro style maps that you know, draw out past level 10 and beyond. And Genji is an interesting one. He's kind of dropped off in the meta for the most part, but again, I think when you were talking about the top tier teams, that'll be more common to see.
Absolutely, yeah. That's also interesting. Yeah, I mean, it could just be also a hero that maybe the team just doesn't like playing against, and sometimes that'll slip in even if it's not the top of the meta bans. If it's something they really just dislike playing, then they'll just get rid of it. So the most banned against the Montreal-style Beigels: Zeratul, Genji, Ana, and Maiev. Is this the same as banned by? Is it just happen to be taking it away from the other team if they can't have it?
Yeah, again, I think both sides of the coin are always going to be kind of targeting at least the Maiev and the Zeratul. And again, if there is a Genji player, that's not surprising. Obviously, the big switch up here is Montreal-style Beigels bans the Abathur, and against them, they get banned Ana. So I would say they're not an Abathur playing team, so we probably won't see them take that, and that's kind of backed up by the fact that they don't have that in their hero selection. So Ana being banned against them, probably considered one of the top, if not the top support right now. Again, at least in higher levels of play. When you're looking at kind of NGS as a whole, it's a little bit different. You'll see Tyrande or Stukov kind of near the top, but when we started getting into the higher divisions, A and Heroic specifically, Ana is a very powerful tool that's being used by all of the top teams.
Very good. I just have to give a shout out to CTV Satat for saying, "Are we one bagel short of a continental breakfast?" Because
Nice.
that is funny in chat. All right, let's switch over real quick to Celeb Gaming and take a look at some of their hero pool. We have 3 games on Garage, 3 from Ana, 2 from oh my goodness, Why can I not think of... It's
Falstad.
Falstad. My goodness. Oh, it's gonna be one of
Got
those
your
nights.
back, buddy.
It's gonna be one of those nights. So I'm glad you're here. Keep everyone safe. Which is also not their highest win rate, which I guess makes sense because there's only one game played on each of those as well. Mephisto, Li Ming, and Abathur.
Yeah, win rates always kind of skew the data in small sample sizes because that often tends to be the case. It's just 1 or 2 games played on it, and if they happen to win with them, then it's pretty strong. They do have a wider selection of heroes than Montreal-style Beigels in total for what they do play, and and Abathur is in this list as well. They do have 1 game on it with 1 win, so as we see in the highest win rate as well. So that is definitely something that's probably going to get banned out by the side of Montreal-style Beigels, just because it appears to be something they don't like.
Sounds good to me. All right, let's take a look once again at the ban data. So interesting. We have Genji in this most banned by category, as well as Abathur. And I like everyone probably knows, is I don't have a whole lot of game knowledge. It's playing Div D, and analyzing the data isn't one of my strong points. But I'm kind of confused as to why Greymane is in this list. It seems like Greymane is pretty far outside of a meta hero. Is that true or no? Where does he have his place here?
Greymane did fall off the meta for sure, but he synergizes with a lot of the really strong engage heroes in the meta right now. And if actually just today watching Div S, Greymane was pretty common actually in a lot of the picks. It's also something that can make it through. So they do only ban it 2 times so far, but out of 6 games, that's still a third of them. So clearly something that they don't like to go up against. It probably has something to do with the compositions that they like to run, and anything that's got good engage that and fast blow up. He's definitely one of those heroes that even to this day can really secure those kills. So it is odd to see him, but like I said, I've been seeing it more frequently in the higher echelons of play, that Greymane seems to be being picked up more frequently.
Yeah, and actually, now I think of it for a second, it seems like at least Genji and Greymane, I'm not so much sure about Hanzo, but those are both pretty good hat targets for Abathur.
Yeah.
So that's true. Like, even if, Greymane by himself might not be super central in the meta, but like with we put an Abba hat, throw a party hat on Greymane, and you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, if he's well enabled by other heroes, then he becomes more of a threat. Another example of this would be Illidan. Illidan doesn't get commonly picked or used in a lot of games, but if he has an Abathur hat on him, he becomes a much bigger threat to deal with. So,
yeah. Once again, see Zeratul and Maiev banned against, and Dehaka and Diablo. Interesting.
That's probably why we don't see them banning Zeratul and Maiev. Everyone else is just afraid of these Celeb Gaming ever getting a hold of these 2 heroes, so they don't have to worry about banning it because it's just removed against them pretty much all the time.
So what you're saying is the teams that are playing against Celeb Gaming, they have 3 bans, and Celeb Gaming has 5 because they automatically get those 2 other bans that the other team's going to make every time.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Nice advantage to have, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. All right, let's pull up. We do have some map data to look at. Still waiting for one member to pull in here, but we should be going soon. So let's take a look at the map picks real quick. And pull these teams in. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So Montreal-style Beigels, they did win the coin flip, and they chose map pick. So first off, they got a ban. Sky Temple from Montreal-style Beigels. Celeb Gaming banned the Tomb of the Spider Queen, and we will be headed to Infernal Shrines for Game 1. This is Montreal's pick.
Seems to be a common pick for them, as they've at least played on it 3 times out of their 6 games that they've played so far. So obviously somewhere they feel comfortable in shot calling and playing and drafting for. So hopefully we'll see some good competition and some interesting drafts on their side for this map.
Yeah, and so just looking at the data for these two teams, it looks like Celeb Gaming has a little bit of an edge as far as being in the positions on the division stats. I believe they're second versus sixth. Are we going to see a possible upset tonight? I mean, is it possible? Maybe Montreal gets a game. Maybe they take the set.
I would probably put the percentage chance of that pretty low, 10 or 20%.
Okay, so underdogs in this matchup.
Definitely.
All right, sounds good. All right, sorry, Chad, I'm not ignoring you. I just had too many screens open. It looks like we have a full set of players here. And I think we might be ready to get into game one. Let's just double check, see if these teams are ready to rock and roll.
Alrighty.
Satat Hots in chat says Gray Main camp control is really strong. All right, well that's good insider information there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he does have very good macro, so that makes sense too as well. You know, a lot of these teams rely on macro to get good advantages, and so having that is pretty good. Or removing that tool from other teams is also very good.
Hat slap and ready, or Hap Slappy and ready. Hat me says Fairy Dragon. All right. Yeah, speaking of macro, that's my favorite dish in Heroes of the Storm is macaroni and cheese.
Of course. Was the name of a team, actually. Macaroni and cheese.
That's right. That's right. That's a good callback. All right, I think we are all set. So let's get into game one after this. Infernal Shrines. All right, my game's catching up. Catch up game. There it is. All right.
It was in time with me, so you're all good.
We're fine. We're finally here. Yeah, the audio came through, but my stream was like, "Oh, it's missing the map. I swear the map's here." All right. So sorry we're starting a little bit late, but we will get this rolling now. So since Celeb Gaming was not able to get the map pick, they have first hero pick, first hero ban. Are they going to wait for Montreal-style Beigels to ban some of these heroes against them, like Zeratul, and maybe they'll ban something else? I guess maybe we'll find out. What do you expect?
It'll be interesting to see if there's any scouting that's coming in, because if there's an Abathur ban that comes up like it does, it feels kind of wasted against the Montreal-style Beigels, because, like I said, they don't seem to play it. But maybe I don't know something, and they do. So there's Abathur, first ban.
And surprise. Yep. All right, so these it looks like these bans are going to be quite the same as some of the history that we've seen before.
Textbook.
Yeah, and watch out. Looks like you're getting attacked by a cat. There's a a wild predator on the prowl.
He's a mighty hunter.
All right. Is it going to be Maev, or is it just going to be straight down the middle? Maybe something different. Maybe a Genji. Who knows? No, it's Garage.
That's actually pretty interesting. That didn't come up in the data there, but it must be something that they're worried about. Montreal-style Beigels playing.
Interesting. You know, I think it showed Celeb Gaming as playing Garage, so that's interesting. There's the Maev ban.
Yep.
First pick.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And that was coming too. Satat getting his OG original awesome healer.
Yeah, I really like the changes they've made with her. It seems like she can really provide a lot of healing and stay back and maintain enough distance to stay safe. Ooh, Anubarak and Jaina. I like both these pickups, especially since we're talking about Anubarak, how he is really strong in a lot of divisions right now. With a lot of CC combination with Jaina. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, Anub's being picked more frequently than Diablo. I think he's just got a few more options. More mobility, more ways to kind of get in and get out. You know, so he's just more flexible, I think, as a tank in a lot of situations, and you also don't have to wait for him to kind of stack up to be effective. But as we should expect, Diablo being picked up on the other side, and then Hanzo, who's, especially in top divisions, one of the most contested assassin picks right now.
Yeah, and it looks like, Diablo gets to come through because the bans were chosen for Zeratul and Maiev. And it seems like that's something that gets banned against them a lot. So if it becomes available and they pick it up, good to go. Thanks for the raid, Mongoose.
Spicy ban coming in. I
appreciate it.
Samuro. Interesting.
All right.
I don't remember seeing a Samuro pickup from Celeb before, but if it's any type of threat right now, people are just banning it right away. It's a very annoying hero to deal with, like, period. Yeah, they haven't played it once this season. But it seems to be something that they're afraid of. So it's removed. And Alex Straza being removed on the side of CTV.
Yeah, I like Alex Straza here. I think she's really strong and has a strong presence on the shrine, being able to get some of that control out. Slexia, thanks for the 6 bits and the 9 bits. And B-Train, welcome to chat, sir. Dahaka and Tyrande. Spicy. I like it.
I mean, still staying kind of in the top of the meta. Dahaka's always strong when used effectively. So, really looking for that global, that macro control, and trying to get in on the backline. It's actually not bad into Ana, as if you get a good rear with isolation on top of Ana and then like a tongue, you can really shut down any of the effect that she has in the team fight. So look to see some of those aggressive digs to try to shut down their very heavy backline that they have here.
You said good rear and lick in the same sentence, and man, my mind wandered. But I'm with you on that one.
Gotta keep it interesting.
That's true. Junkrat and Yrel rounding out the roster for Celeb Gaming. Very interesting. I haven't seen a lot of Yrel lately. Is that still happen, or have I just been missing it?
I mean, I think that a lot of confidence was dropped off with Yrel since some of her big nerfs have come in. But I still think she still has a very strong effect on the map, and she might be a little more map specific, a little more matchup specific, but I still think she has tons of power in the team fight, and she can still macro perfectly fine. So, and very hard to gank off in the lane. So I'm not all that surprised that Yrel still sees play in higher tiers. And then of course the Sylvanas being the last pick there. Sylvanas is one of those picks that I think is starting to really start to ramp up in the meta. She can do a surprising amount of damage, even to frontliners, that I don't think anyone quite respects yet. And so very powerful pick, very strong with the objective. I'm liking both drafts. It should be it's really going to come down to how they execute.
Yeah, absolutely. And Yrel, I actually do like Yrel on this map as well, just because Yrel is so good at staying alive, being annoying, booping people away, jumping around, not really, being able to lock anyone down and kill them with low damage, but just being able to be annoying and allowing space for the rest of her team to clear the objective. So hopefully we'll see some of that goat nonsense in this match.
She does a lot of damage in long fights, so she's not great in short fights, but if it's extended out in any period of time, she does stack up quite a bit of deeps in the end.
Yeah. Just eventually, through attrition, wear them down. And just when you think you're going to kill her... Boop! Oh, now you're healing me. Yay! Yeah. Turn that on its head.
Exactly.
We got to give one out for a goat. All right.
Classic.
If someone ever picks a chicken hero, we'll get that going. All right, looks like everyone is loading in.
Hey, I actually loaded in quickly this time.
Excellent. Well, here we go. This is game number 1. On the left side, we have blue team. We have Montreal-style Beigels, where we have Breakwood playing the Jaina. We have Mr. Christie on Anubarak. We have Fiducia playing that Dahaka. We have Fairy Dragon playing the Tyrande. I think... Oh, I missed Sylvanas. Where are you, Sylvanas? Sylvanas is being played by Dejira.
And on the red side, we have Celeb Gaming with Celeb on the Hanzo, Satat on Ana, Hunter CJ on the Diablo, Evasion on the Yrel, and Met on the Junkrat.
Dun 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 dun. Junkrat setting up a huge trap here on this bottom vent as Yrel also goes up towards the top lane to fight with Dahaka. So we're going to see a 3v4 though until Beigels send someone down to the bottom, and they're going to start going down there. 4-man rotation.
Yeah, looks like a 4-man rotation, whereas Celeb Gaming didn't really start with that. They just kind of put Met down there. I think the intention was, maybe catch them being a little too slow on their rotation, so they missed some experience. But well done by Montreal-style Beigels to make sure that they did get down there, and they did get the experience. Well done.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss the experience and start getting behind in the early game, because that will definitely echo up as we get closer to 10s. Siege camp getting worked on here by both teams.
Yep, both teams, and Mr. Christie and Hunter CJ mirroring each other and just kind of duking it out there in the little mid part, but they're both going to get it at almost about the same time. Sylvanas is really fast on picking up camps, though. I think that's one of her best attributes right now in the meta is she's just got a really fast camp clear.
Yeah, and I think the wave clear is really strong from Junkrat, so he might be able to just split off individually and be able to match maybe a few heroes from the other team in their wave clear capabilities.
Yeah, we're already seeing a very early mid-top rotation from Yrel. She's actually doing a bit of double soaking. I think she might have missed a minion, but you get that going online and you can just roam around as 4-man, and that's kind of the macro power of Yrel that I was talking about. She can kind of get going nice and early on those quick rotations and do a bit of the double soaking that can get you nice and ahead in the early game. And you can already see the experience difference starting to stack up with all this kind of missed mid lane experience that kind of happened to Montreal-style Beigels early on.
Yeah, and if you're doing double soaking, you miss a minion here, you miss a minion there, but you're able to pick up more camps, like that's going to more than make up for that missed experience from like 1 or 2 minions.
Camps or kills.
Yeah. Yes. So that is going to be a net gain for sure.
Camp timing is on point for the side of Celeb Gaming. They're already starting on their bruiser here up in the right-hand corner.
Hanzo taking a lot of damage, but Ana says, okay, just sit there. Just don't move. Don't dodge me now.
That's my favorite thing to do is dodge heals.
That's the only time I can dodge other abilities. Shot. Yeah, if it's on my team from Ana. All right, so the shrine is active, but it has not been activated. Beigels pick up their bruiser camp.
Just trying to get their macro kind of into position before they start opening up on it, but CTV seems to click the button first and is going to try to force a little bit of rotations out, but Montreal-style Beigels doesn't seem all that concerned about getting here too quickly.
Yeah, they do have a lead for Celeb Gaming as they have 13 minions already. But Montreal was a little bit late getting that camp, so that's where they were, and now they're possibly going to come in here and engage and try to push them off the point. Halfway there already, though. Pretty much tied as far as XP goes, so maybe some kills will push it one way or the other.
Yeah, and Celeb Gaming is kind of on a timer here to some extent because they did fast clear that top camp that they got earlier. And that's going to be pushing up against the wall there. But we do have an engagement coming down from Yrel on the back side there. Mr. Crease is getting really low, taking a lot of damage from all the damage dealers here on the side of Celeb Gaming, and lots of low health bars, which I think is going to secure the objective here for Celeb Gaming.
Yeah, still no deaths, though, so that's, they did a good job, Montreal-style Beigels, of getting out once they realized that they couldn't win the objective. Let's see if this camp is getting any pressure up top. It's getting some siege damage for sure up there. But you got to be careful when you were defending against this Punisher, because it's like having another player down there, and if it jumps on you, that can really secure a kill, and then you're really going to lose a lot of structure.
Yeah, almost a full wall in the top lane. They don't get both towers, though, and it looks like we're going to get one tower here in the bot lane. So basically an even trade when it comes down to the objective versus the camp. Interesting to see how that plays out as it continues. And like you said, no deaths, camps are respawning. Everyone's trying to reassign themselves back into the lanes. It looks like Yrel's just going to continue her double soaking style between the mid-top. And Gentleman's Agreement, just going to get each camp on each side and back to lanes.
Yeah, yep, that's right. 12 stacks of Fingers Frost for Jaina. We have 26 stacks of Taste for Explosions from Junkrat, as those will continue to stack up 1,000 damage for it, Frostbite.
So in the bot lane here, Celeb Gaming tried to set up a pick here on the two heroes in the bot lane, which was Tyrande and Arnubarak. But unfortunately, the sleep dart did miss, so they weren't able to engage on it. They do get a double sleep right here, but still, no one really in a position to be aggressive. It doesn't really look like they were trying to, just kind of throwing out the sleep dart, being annoying, and just kind of seeing what they can get.
Yeah, if you can't get a kill and you can't stop the other team from, you know, doing anything, a major push, just be annoying. Throw some stuff their way as long as you have enough mana, and it's not going to be a problem. Celeb Gaming going to secure this bottom siege camp here.
So we're already seeing the effect of this double soak from Aurel, really kind of putting the pressure on Montreal-style Beigels. They had no option to actually come here and contest this camp because Jaina had to be in the mid lane to try to catch all that soak, and she dies in the mid lane with Evasion actually getting a leap on top of her, and you know that no damage Aurel being able to get that pick off. Arrow kind of going out, missing everybody in the area, but it looks like they're going to get on top of Sylvanas anyways, and it looks like she might go down as well, so that's 2 kills for the side of Celeb Gaming. Let's see if Anna can keep Diablo from dying here, and the nano boost actually went on top of the Diablo with the lightning breath.
Yeah, I hear that's a really good combo because it is magic damage, so I guess it's gonna increase what Diablo can do there. An interesting combination, but this is going to give 10s as well to Montreal-style Beigels, so they possibly will have a re-engage here. At least just push them off of the fort.
I mean, that's what you call camp value, right? You get like oh, there goes the tongue onto Slip, and then a Cocoon going down on top of Diablo. Looks like they're actually going to try to get an engage here, but no one actually really pulling the trigger on it. It looks like they're just turning around to see if they can kill the Diablo instead. But the Spell Armor is making sure that he doesn't take any damage. Riptire going to come down here and maybe get all 4 of the heroes. There goes the Nubrak. We get another re-engage from the Diablo on top of Fairy Dragon. He goes down. And that's 2 kills so far. Let's see if they can get out. We do get a tongue going down onto Evasion, and then a boop from the Junkrat, missed Dragon Arrow, and we got another 2 kills going to the side of Celeb Gaming under this bot fort, which just became this, you know, bloody battle of attrition and death.
Unfortunately, the Montreal-style Beigels get smeared in that fight. The next shrine has been activated. Some of the heroics that have been selected start with the Montreal-style Beigels. They have Cocoon on Anubarak, Starfall, Tyrande, Ring of Frost on the Jaina, Isolation on Dahaka, and Wailing Arrow on Sylvanas. We saw a lot of that happen in that past fight.
Yeah, in fact, the spell shield here on Diablo is very strong into both of their damage dealers because they're all ability damage. Look at all that. They just dumped a bunch of ability in him, and he almost took no damage. There goes another Cocoon out of the Aurel. Looks like they're actually going to try to pull the trigger here again to see if they can find somebody on it, but the Lightning Bolt goes down and just kind of negates any of that aggression, and it looks like the frontlanders are going really, really low. Let's see who drops first here, but Evasion is also looking very low, but I think he still has, he's already used his ultimate. And it got a little hairy for both sides in that fight, but no one dies.
Yeah, that was insane. Everybody had like maybe a tenth of their health left, and you know, several people just walked away. This will give Celeb Gaming the second Punisher as they clear that up. But yeah, that's kind of amazing that no one died there, especially with that talent tier advantage. That lightning breath really chunking everybody down. I mean, there was also a really good ring there, catching 3 members of Celeb Gaming. Let's see how much value this Punisher gets. As,
it looks like Dahaka took a ton of damage off of that lick onto the minion, trying to pull over the Punisher on top of himself, but he still manages to not die with a really good burrow. We got a flank coming in from Evasion. He's actually going to knock Jaina into a very bad position. She goes down, and but we do have Irel, who's getting maybe a little bit ahead of the game there, ends up going down on the wall, the keep wall on the side of MSB, but they do get the fort. I think this is about it here. I would like to see CTV just to kind of rotate out and go do some other things, which is exactly what they're going to do. A 1-for-1 trade, which is somewhat favorable for Montreal-style Beigels because they're behind, so it helps.
Yeah, if you can slow down the game a little bit, slow down the objectives and engagements and the camps and things like that, that might give them a chance to catch back up. That was some really good chain CC there from Dahaka, and then with dragging Urel to the wall, and then the stun coming in from Tyrande. Like, that setup was really, really nice from Montreal-style Beigels.
But looks like things are just going to stabilize. Hopefully, or we're going to try to get to 13, get on the same talent tier. I imagine they'll try to pull a trigger on another engagement here. not everything has been really lining up for the side of MSB. They haven't been quite able to find any of the squishy targets that they really want to kind of dive on with that cocoon. So I'm hoping that they can actually get a good flank, a good position where they can get it. But looks like CTV is setting up to kill this Dahaka here in the top lane. Misses the sleep dart, he dodges it, but I think he should have been backing out there. Looks like it's going to go down anyways, and that's another kill for the side of Celeb Gaming.
Yeah, good collapse there, and this will guarantee that they take this fort. 3, 2, 1, Dunzo. All right, so 16's on the verge, and here they come for Celeb Gaming as they are going to engage on the Bruiser camp and try and steal this. And I think they'll probably get away with it with that talent tier advantage, yeah, and having the numbers.
Yeah, it's a tough position for MSB, but they really just need to, now that the talent tier is up, but they're still looking to see if they can try to make something happen with engagement here. Kind of diving way front. The frontliners are way split from the backline here because of the Urel causing all that kind of trouble, and that causes Nubrak to go down with Lightning Breath and Dahaka also to get killed. And this is kind of the point I was trying to get at, is I feel like, and it seems desperate, it seems dire, but the best thing they could have done is just let them have the map for now, get the soak, try to get back onto that same talent tier. Because taking these fights, talent tier down against a team like Celeb Gaming is almost never going to net you any value, and it is more often than not just going to get your team members killed.
Yeah, looking at the kill count so far, 10-1, heavily favoring Celeb Gaming. It's really tempting to try and make up for things with a team fight, because you think, you know, maybe if we can get a team wipe, maybe we can get an objective and maybe we can get a whole lot of pressure. But it's like you said, it's very dangerous because it's likely not going to be the outcome when you're down levels.
You know, they do have a Dahaka. He can definitely get a lot of that side soak for them, where they can play a bit of defense and make sure the keeps don't go down. So if they can just kind of get a little bit more value out of that global that they have, try to make, you know, smaller things happen on the map, get that talent tier advantage, or, you know, advantage negated, they might be able to get at least one more fight in here. They just got to play patient.
Yeah, and the next shrine has activated. Hanzo's making his way up there now to get this started. Meanwhile, Montreal-style Beigels are going to take out some of this front wall on this bottom fort, and now they are going to.
Now, I like that move. They were, you know, leveraging their Sylvanas to get some advantage on it. You know, towers still give you experience. We did see Jaina kind of face check that bush. I was kind of surprised that Hunter CJ didn't just engage on her in that moment. Looks like they're going to try to open up here on this Urel, but a 5-man Dragon Arrow reduces that engagement into absolutely nothing, and they're going to have to back away from this fight, unfortunately. What a very good usage of ultimate, just to negate almost all of the aggression from the side of Montreal-style Beigels.
Cocoon was burned as well, and here comes Celeb Gaming as they taste blood in the water, and they want to try to secure some kills here. Already very far ahead on the objective, so whenever they decide to turn back to that, they will have that advantage there.
Yeah, Mr. Christie getting very low and that kind of stuff. I think they should have backed off a little bit faster. They still kind of hovered around that area, which caused them to take a bit more damage. This top objective is forfeit. It should be a forfeit until they have 16. I like the fact that they tried to make something happen so that they could kind of delay this out. But the fact that they weren't able to get that pick onto the Urel pretty much just made it, you know, they shouldn't be coming up here to contest this.
Yeah, well, yep. I mean, even if they had the numbers at the beginning, they won't by the time Celeb Gaming all combines up together. Big stun.
Gets slammed into the wall. Looks like he's about to go down, but he does get out. Ring of Frost goes down to kind of zone everybody out, but doesn't land on anybody. Another Dragon Arrow coming out, landing on 2 people. Lightning Breath, and everyone is just getting super, super low. Sylvanas goes down first. Fairy Dragon is also very low, and it just looks like this is going to be another death chase for the side of Celeb Gaming.
Yeah, Sylvanas Strana down, and the chase continues, bringing down Dahaka. There goes Jaina, and this might be a 5-man wipe as the slam comes in from Diablo and the flip. And that is going to be a 5-man kill. 5-man kill. Celeb Gaming gets the team wipe, and they are going to clear the shrine as well. It only needs one more. Junkrat is up there. This keep is going down. The respawn timers are still, you know, they're about 15 seconds on some, under 10 for others, but at least this keep is down, and this could be game here as 20 is reached for Celeb Gaming.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be threatening core. Unfortunately, you know, the death timers are short, which means they will have a full defense, but it's They're already way ahead of the ball here, and as soon as this comes down, it's just going to be a 5-man collapse onto the score. So we're going to have to see some magic come out from the side of Montreal-style Beigels if they're going to survive before this game. There goes the Punisher right on top of Mr. Christie. He's going down, dropping very low. Breakwood also goes down. That's 2 deaths right off of the Punisher engage. Might see a third, but they do get behind the wall. Sylvanas actually gets knocked back, hit by a Junkrat Riptire, and that is going to be the game for the side of Celeb Gaming. They do get a kill, though. Hansa goes down to the background. I mean, GG, that should be it. Montreal-style Bagels wins the game, right?
That's it. GG's game number 1 going to Celeb Gaming. That Hanzo not being able to escape fate there on that at the very, very end. All right, let me update the scores here. Boop. All right. Yeah, so
business as usual for Celeb Gaming at this moment. Only 2 deaths on their side. Lots of damage coming in from the Hanzo, as you can expect. And then, of course, Junkrat not too far behind, able to just lob in all of those grenades and make life hell for the side of Montreal-style Bagels.
Ah, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, it seemed like Celeb Gaming, that they got ahead. It was close at the very beginning, and then they started getting ahead. They started taking the camps. They started getting the kills, taking the objectives, and they never lost that momentum. So they do take game 1. Getting a lot of value out of their picks. I really like the Urel, like you're talking about, getting that double soak that really allowed the other members of the team to go out and do other things, like get those camps or get those picks as well. So
seems like a minor effect, but it definitely has a lot of impact in kind of forcing Montreal-style Bagels to make adjustments in their own laning kind of situation, and that not having that Jaina in that bot fight was kind of when we first started to see the game start to turn around, and we saw that camp got incredible value. It eventually basically got the fort after they took about 1 or 2 team fights down in that area and picked up about 4 kills off of it. So kind of small plays snowballing into bigger plays that end up kind of establishing what the game state's going to be from that point on.
All right, yeah, I agree. So it looks like the map is going to be picked up by Montreal-style Bagels. They want the map. Let's see what they would like to pick.
Well, what we'll probably see from them is, I don't know. It could be Dragon Chart. It could be Tomb. It could be Towers of Doom. Seems to be ones that they picked so far. I don't know if Tomb obviously has been banned, so that's definitely not going to be an option. So I'm expecting to see Towers of Doom or Dragon Chart.
All right, well, we'll pull up the map as we wait for that. Thanks for sticking with us, chat. We have Ziltoid. You're looking very mysterious tonight.
Mysterious?
Oh, no, I take that back. First pick. Let's see. Maybe I misread this message. Let me double check. We take first pick for the next game. Okay. The map is going to go to Celeb Gaming.
Ah, there we go.
My bad.
That changes things.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Celeb Gaming, they really like Volskaya, and they've also picked Alterac Pass quite a bit, so looks like we're going to Alterac Pass.
Yeah, you think they're gonna pick Alterac Pass right off the go?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I guess we'll find out in just a minute. Ziltoid looking very mysterious, says Lexia. Love a long fight, you know what I mean? Satat Hot says the stream is super laggy to me. If that is true for everybody, it looks like CTV is inviting me to a custom game, so maybe they already have it set up.
Yep. No host for you.
All right, well, let's see. So yeah, you're right. We are going to Alterac Pass, and I'm going to make them switch sides if they will do that. Just because everything is set up already. Oh, they're going to do it. Thank you very much.
Well, that's team players. I was worried there for a second.
There we go. All right, so our maps are now up to date. And we will be going into Alterac Pass. Yes, I haven't seen, a lot of teams haven't chosen this because it's new. It's just been added into the pool. So some teams really like it. Some teams don't. I think it does add a little bit of surprise if a team hasn't done a lot of practicing on a certain map.
Yeah, I mean, you always get a bit of an advantage if you like really power on a particular map like this one. As it is also in the pool of Div S, I imagine it's something that they practice quite frequently, as it's always an option to be taken from the higher teams. So it favors macro, so anyone that has a strong understanding of macro play tends to get a lot of advantages here. So as we saw in Infernal Shrines, a lot of advantages for CTV came from their macro play. So we'll probably see a bit more of that again in this matchup.
Excellent. Let's see if I'm actually not able to start it. Let's see if they're gonna give me referee. Okay, I still can't start game. I guess it would have to be host.
Yeah, you can't start the game unless you're the host.
Well, we're going in. All right, Alterac Pass.
Let's see how this breaks down.
All right, these guys are ready to rock and roll. Don't let me slow you down, folks. Like, I'm going to drag it out, and we'll be here till 10 p.m. All right, so Alterac Pass picked up here, chosen by Celeb Gaming. Then they should not. Then they should not have the first hero pick as well. Then, right?
Yeah, that also seems a little weird. I think we probably should remake. Unless everyone's cool with it, but
yeah, it's my fault because I asked them. It's because I asked them to
taking the bullet.
Because I asked them to switch up which sides they're on, so yeah. That's my fault. But yeah, that's okay. We'll get into game 2 right after this.
There you go. The way it was meant to be.
All right, here we go. Let's try this again, folks. All right, Alterac Pass. All right. Whew, we made it.
On the right path now. Good.
All right, show me a first ban for Montreal-style bagels, please. Waiting for players. There we go.
And it's
woo! We made it. We did it, fam. Congratulations. I'm so excited. Really? Welcome to the chat. Let's go. Les Bagels.
Zeratul.
All right. So apparently my stream is a little bit laggy. So hopefully all the kinks get knocked out of this one and everything functions as normal. But maybe I should just stop. I should start closing some of my all my windows that are open. That would probably be good too.
And a ban of Anna. That must make Sadat happy having to ban his own hero.
Whew. I think that probably feels bad, don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Maiev, of course, being banned yet again. They don't want to pick it, so they gotta ban it.
Yeah, that's true. Like, if it's something that you can't pick up and it's super dangerous, you just got to get rid of it. Knock it out, say see you later, and have a good draft. Ooh, a Johanna band. Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, she's one of those heroes that can kind of really control certain damage dealers, things like that, and stuff like that. And I know Matt likes to play Hanzo, or not Hanzo, Raynor. I know, he likes to play Raynor, so that might be a ban just for that specifically. But who knows? It's also very macro, and like I said before, this map is very macro heavy. And to kind of, put a point on that, we get Abathur Samuro So apparently the Samuro ban was completely justified from the side of Montreal-style Beigels in the first game. But perhaps something they might or should have removed in the first ban phase instead of the Zeratul or Maya.
Well, I'm not sure about all the video, but I definitely have you being as a little bit laggy in video, but we can hear you, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I mean, it could be my side. It's a little odd. I've actually loaded into the game and nothing's been lagging on my end, but
that's fantastic. That's always
could
good.
be me. Could be me. Hanzo Falstad picked up on the side of MSB. Again, Hanzo, powerful backline we saw, can really dish out the damage, and then Falstad trying to help counter a bit of the Abathur global macro play. So it'll be interesting seeing how well he does into Samuro, but definitely just trying to play towards the strengths of this map. Toronto being banned out, making sure that they don't get any powerful follow-up stuns from the Diablo. Good ban from the side of CTV.
Is Samuro going to be the target of this Abathur, or is there going to be another hatted target?
Oh, I'm sure
Celeb
he'll hat other things, especially when it comes to team fights. But Samuro, is just a super annoying, terrible split pushing monster with an Abathur hat.
Well, it was interesting too because Montreal-style Beigels, they banned Samuro in Game 1, so maybe they knew that this was a possibility coming out for Celeb Gaming.
Yeah, they clearly knew more than I did.
And you know more than I do, so it's just it's all a chain going going all downstream. All right,
so
go ahead.
Amplifying on, like you said, are they going to hat other targets? Well, yeah. If they're going to have Muradin and Karazim, that's pretty. Those are both very aggressive, support and tank choices that do very well and are amplified even further with an Abathur hat.
All right. Do they get a little bit of help from Lily with blinds, Cassia with blinds?
Of course.
Against Karazim and Samuro and I guess the Abathur. You can blind the Abathur hat, right?
It's really strong versus the Karazim at the very least. Samuro, if you can hit him with it and not just one of his clones, then it's probably all right. But the blinds should at least help them mitigate some of the incoming damages that come in. But I don't know if it's going to be enough, especially with the Sylvanas pick up there. I mean, that is just a nasty composition that we see coming out from the side of Celeb Gaming.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to be very much fun to go into at all.
No, Sylvanas is going to do pretty well into the Cassia and the Lily with a lot of that like high tier spread damage. And Lily does, outside of cups, doesn't have a lot of ways to mitigate that much pressure, especially when we're talking about the amount of damage that can come out from both Muradin and Karazim diving on target with Abathur hats. So scary composition. I'm hoping that MSB has the tools to be able to deal with this, but if this is a tried and executed composition from the side of Celeb Gaming, it's going to be a really uphill battle for them.
Yeah, I do like a little bit of their counter dive from Montreal-style Beigels, from Lily with blinds, Diablo with with some stuns, and Cassia with. I kind of feel like Fend is kind of a good anti-dive technique, but maybe that doesn't translate so well in the higher divisions. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
I think the major issue with that is just that they're all super mobile. So trying to catch any one of these guys inside of Fend is going to be very difficult.
Absolutely. Thank you, Robbie Lord64, for the follow as we get here into game number 2. On the left side, we have Montreal-style Beigels. We have Breakwood on the Cassia. We have Fairy Dragon on the Lily. We have Mr. Christie on the Diablo. We have Dejira on Hanzo. And we have Fiducia. Yeah, Fiducia on the Falstad.
And on the red team, we have Celeb Gaming with Hunter CJ on the Muradin, Met on the Sylvanas, Slip on the Samuro, Evasion on the Abathur, and Tatat, rounding it all off with a Karazim.
All right, here we go. Game number 2. Is this going to be slappers only, sending Abathur into the middle to fend for himself as a melee assassin?
1v5 Abathur, here we go.
All right, already getting some vision from those mines, Abathur mines. Diablo is going claws to the wall onto Muradin, slamming him into one of those huts. Looking for an early pick. Not quite finding it.
Yeah, four-man rotation from the side of MSB with Falstad in the middle. I'm hoping that he doesn't get picked off right here because he still needs to get to the top lane to try to catch any of that soak that Abathur was soaking, and then he wasn't with the fly. He does make it up there, so looking okay for the early experience in the early game. I'm almost certain as soon as we see these camps go up, we're going to see rotation from Samuro, and it looks like Karazim as well to just go clear that out super fast. We're going to be seeing a lot of this camp leverage play. Like, this thing's going to be basically taken off of cooldown from the side of Celeb Gaming, almost guaranteed. And with Sylvanas, if she goes Mercenary Queen, we're also going to see a lot of that kind of amplified pressure in the mid lane.
Yeah, and the siege camps on this map, they respawn really, really fast. So you can like pick those up pretty much, off and on, like almost as fast as you can. I'm sure. Let's see, what's the respawn timer? 1:25 from just picking it up. So like, that's a team fight, and then you can go back and pick it up again.
Yeah, 1:30 is super fast. So they'll be able to get another one of these rotations out before the next objective actually comes up. So, and here's the thing, on the side of MSB, they kind of want the walls kind of down as soon as possible on the other side, because that'll help them keep Abathur from being a real problem. We have Satat getting flipped over the wall by the Diablo, but he does just nope out with that Karazim movement speed. And here we are seeing what I was talking about before, the effect of the Sylvanas on the front walls with these camps. Just such a powerful pick on this map, given what it is. And it looks like Mr. Christie might be going down here with a little bit of aggression here. And all of this wave, this fort is actually looking to be almost in trouble. Slip getting very low though, so I think they might actually back out here, and we'll get a clear on it. But a lot of value for the first part of the game, especially since we're not getting any extra soak in the bottom lane here, whereas Abathur can both body soak this bottom lane and hat the top lane here, and we're starting to see the just incredible effect Abathur has on this map.
Yeah, being able to have that global presence, it'll be interesting to see the global showdown here between Falstad and Abathur. Really, Abathur being able to fly across the map a lot more than Falstad will be able to. We'll see who engages and pulls off the first objective, as both teams are kind of spread out. Neither one is fully engaging on these prison camps.
Yeah, I mean, here we are, Karazim and Samuro back onto the camps over here. And I think we're just going to see another repeat of what we saw before. They're just going to push this down into the mid lane, remove this fort as a threat, and that's going to make it a lot harder for MSB to be able to like stall out any of the objectives on their side of the map. Yeah,
and spend some time, fight on the objective, take as much time as you want because you have camps pushing. Like, that's just gonna favor you. So that's what you're looking for, and taking any advantage that you can get while fighting for an objective is going to service your team well.
Yeah.
Already,
so that damage is really quick out on top of the Diablo. He does get healed back up, and we have Murden down here harassing the rotation from the damage dealers on the side of MSB. But again, Mr. Christie is still very low, but we do see Met taking a lot of damage also, kind of return damage once the damage dealer showed up. So again, their goal here is just to apply pressure to this mid lane and distract. They're not really trying to get kills or anything off of this, at least not in the early game where they don't have clone yet or any of those other majorly aggressive. So if they get a pick, they'll get a pick, but for the most part, we're not going to see a ton of pressure on this objective from Celeb Gaming, I feel, until after 10.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're going to be fighting a 4v5 once you get cloned, and then you can kind of even the odds up a little bit and actually go for some full-on engages. But these short burst attacks onto the siege of Montreal-style Beigels is working. You do see an engage here in the middle as Diablo is getting chased down. Sylvanas getting the kill there, going on to the Cassia. The Cassia drops. It's 2 kills going over to Celeb Gaming as they claim 3 kills to none in total so far in this match. They should be able to let them come in on this objective, channel it, and take it. But they are getting some pushback here from Montreal-style Beigels.
Yeah, you certainly don't have to worry about level 10s if you're getting picks in the mid lane. And we saw, again, that 3-man, just Sylvanas and Murden and Karazim just melting the Diablo in that engagement there. And Slip is, again, right back into the mid lane, just pushing in with these minion waves and just becoming a real nuisance on the map. It's really slowing down MSB's ability to do anything on the map, which, again, any stalling out is just going to favor Celeb Gaming in the long run.
Yeah, Samuro does such a good job of, disappearing, you chase him, he gets away, and then all of a sudden he's right back on your fort again, dealing damage. So it's just such an annoying force to deal with, because you know, if you don't see him, he's up to no good, and you'll see where he is, but it'll be too late.
Yeah, so MSB finally kind of putting the pressure onto the objective. I'm thinking that's kind of their win condition here. In the early games, they really got to get this objective because they, Celeb Gaming doesn't want a 5v5 fight. They want to pick targets off the rotation. They want to harass them the rest of the map. But Satat able to get in there with an Avatar hat and just take out Hanzo, and that's what we're talking about with those Avatar hats being a real problem. And Slip actually getting here on the backline too as well, on top of the Cassie and on top of the Falstad. Cassie getting really low. Lily was able to keep him up, but just scary once the Hanzo goes down. And they did pick off the Diablo, which I didn't actually see in that rotation there. And again, that three-man of Sylvanas, Karazim, and Murden are a real threat to the front line.
Yeah, Falstad getting very low there, almost getting taken out. Murden jumping in, trying to secure that kill. Hanzo is in a dangerous spot right here and does get caught out and taken down.
Yeah, Hunter CJ finds the pick, Met throws out the damage, the hat gets on top of it, and it's just Hanzo doesn't have the health bar to deal with all of this pressure that's coming out from the side of Celeb Gaming. And there again we go. We got another camp being picked up by the side of Celeb Gaming to be pushing in the middle. There's not even a fort here anymore, so this is going to go right to the keep wall if it gets ignored. And in the meantime, they're also channeling the objective. MSB is trying to get their camp on the other side to kind of counter this pressure, but that's going to forfeit the objective. And we already have level 10s, level 11s on the side of Celeb Gaming with the Ultimate Evolution Haymaker coming out from Murden. Really looking to find those squishies, push them back into bad positioning, and just blow them up.
Yeah, we also seven-sided strike. Oh, coming out from Karazim as well. So they're going damage. They want these fights. They're going to push with this advantage. They're going to see what they can get. Illusion Master and Ultimate Evolution rounding out the rest of those heroic abilities. And here's the engage with the talent tier advantage as Hanzo goes down. The cavalry have been released, and they are coming straight onto the mid keep here. Vanis is just really showing off that pushing power. Over the wall goes Murden.
Yeah, as soon as Murden lands that storm bolt, a hero pretty much dies, and we see it again. It didn't kill it immediately, but the counter engage, and then we get another kill to the side. They're just skilling all over MSB at this point with the clone coming out from Avatar, and it looks like they're actually going to be looking to end this game at 8 minutes 25, in less than 9 minutes.
Now we'll see. Still having 2 layers of armor. It's gonna be, I don't know, it could happen. The respawn timers are low. Let's see what kind of defense, and it looks like we might be retreating as Celeb Gaming does get a kill onto Hanzo. Out comes Lightning Breath, and it is going to slow all the members of Celeb Gaming as they're trying to escape. And the chase is on, but looks like they're going to get away.
A bit of overreaching from Celeb Gaming, I think, on that core push, especially with only one keep down. The armor kind of keeping it so the game didn't end there. And then a pretty good Hanzo arrow, even though it cost him his life. And then kind of the follow damage from Mr. Christie's Lightning Breath definitely helped push CTV back in that situation. Well done. At least we get a little bit longer game now.
Yeah, absolutely. And the staying a little over, maybe staying longer than you should have. It does allow more pressure to push in the other lanes. I think they got maybe a little bit of value on that bottom keep as well. In the other lanes, if you kind of push that fight out and delay it.
So we have Satat looking for another flank here with the Karazim. They're really focusing on looking for those backliners. Even with that said, the Diablo taking a lot of damage, but of course being stuck underneath this giant almost gets Met killed. We do finally see the engagement coming through, but it's only 3 members. We do have the clone coming out from Abathur, and we do have Slip kind of coming in. So now the retreat is all called. MSP trying to get back to the keep before anyone dies. And there goes Cups just to try to secure nobody going down here. Mr. Christie getting super low, but very well done to knock them away and make sure that he doesn't get down. We do get the Lightning Breath coming out, try to get some counter damage on it, but we do see that Diablo and Cassia go down in that fight, and it looks like we're also going to lose a Falstad here. Just that nasty combo from the Stormbolt into the Karazim damage with the Abathur hat is just deleting all of these low health heroes on the side of the MSP.
Yeah, and the fight is not over as the dive goes back in, and he does get a kill onto Diablo. That's three for none here for Celeb
It seemed
Gaming.
like every single time Stormbolt came off cooldown there, they got a kill off of it.
Gonna take that advantage of numbers, and they're just gonna transition down and try to take this boss, clean this up right before the objective comes around. The objective is, I believe it's up, and it's just waiting to be claimed.
Yeah, no one cares. Yeah, he needs it. We're gonna get a boss first, and then we might rotate up to it. But I think with Sylvanas, you know, you might actually see almost more value from just pushing in with this boss and securing this keep, which I think is exactly what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, 15 to 12, so quite a big level and talent tier advantage here for Celeb Gaming, and they're going to start pushing bottom. That boss is making his way down. There's not quite there yet, but does have that pressure coming in from behind.
Does come out, but there goes the Stormbolt back onto the false dead, and he dies immediately. Karazim getting on his backline and the squishes there and split off. He does drop 7-sided strike to stay alive. They do get another Stormbolt onto actually 2 members there, where they got Cassia and Diablo, who also both die. There goes the Hanzo, and I believe there goes another Stormbolt and another dead Lily. So I'm pretty sure every single one of those Stormbolts has resulted in kill this entire game.
And this is going to be the end, I believe. Well, I don't know. The boss says he wants a kill. Here comes a couple members from Montreal, but the boss is going to fall here, and that is Core, and that is also game number 2, going over to Celeb Gaming. Oh.
I mean, that was just a scary composition all the way through it. I mean, jeez.
Yeah, no doubt.
Frightening.
I was scared just watching. I wasn't even playing.
20 kills to nothing. Just if you don't have, I mean, even Diablo, who has a arguably very large health pool, was just melting to that composition from almost go. Just absolutely frightening. The Samuro, is a nasty pickup, but it wasn't even the scariest part of that composition. I was more afraid of the Abathur Karazim Muradin combination that we saw there, or the Sylvanas with the follow-up damage. It was just deleting heroes left and right off of every single Stormbolt, and I don't think Hunter CJ missed one. I'm pretty sure he landed every single Stormbolt, and every single one of them ended up as a kill.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is a very solid showing from Celeb Gaming. 20 to none, like you said. Very short game. Really took control of this one. Let's see the kill breakdown is spread out among a lot of the members as well. It's not like just one person was getting all the kills. But GG's to Montreal-style Beigels. Played hard and fought all the way to the end. Looks like these boys are ready to do an interview. If you want to transition into the NGS Discord.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we'll head on over there. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome. Hello. Congratulations. Thanks for meeting us.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for the interview.
We have Hunter, CJ, and Metball in here. So we're gonna play a little bit of a game with you guys. It's going to be a question exchange, and I think we'll start with Ziltoid, if that's okay with you, Ziltoid.
Certainly. So we start off with Irel in game 1. We saw that everyone's been talking about Irel not being super meta or anyone really taking it. I do see it a lot more frequently in the higher levels of play. So I guess my first question is it only because high level players can get value out of it? Or is it kind of like I was trying to identify just very good use of the macro play really forces the enemy team to respond, which in effect gave you guys a pretty big advantage in the macro in game 1.
I'll answer this one if you would like. So to answer this thing, so first of all, Evasion is a very good Urel player. So he has a preference on Urel. Urel is also very good into a heavy backline comp. If you notice that game, Urel multiple times zoned their support and a DPS and maybe even more. So when Urel's absorbing that damage, putting aggro on himself there and making all this attention, we're able to focus the tanks and burn them down. And we repeated that playstyle multiple times in game 1. Urel also has really good wave clear. So if you noticed, we made a lot of plays off our Urel player making macro decisions to out rotate or just out wave clearing the Dahaka. So we were able to get rotations on that. And Yrel overall is pretty good into Dahaka because let's just say we want to fight over bot camp, Yrel can just try and camp the Dahaka to cancel the teleport. So there's a lot of different factors why Yrel was good in that situation, but I do think Yrel's still good overall.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, so now it's my turn for a Weenus question, and that is sausage or bacon?
Bacon all the way. Absolutely bacon.
I can't answer that question or I'm going to get flamed.
Oh, wow. See, asking the
That's
questions
Hey,
that
if you
you
say
can't
sausage,
answer.
I'm totally going to. I'll agree with you, man. It's all
All
good.
right, well, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put a none of the above because I'm a vegetarian.
Oh,
That's
Oh
it.
sausage.
my
Veggie
goodness.
sausage. There you
Well,
go.
okay, I guess you get a pass there. Then you have to answer the backup question then, because I don't want you to have to choose a meat if that's not what you're into. And that is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Ooh, God, I was prepared. I was prepared for everything but this. All right, Hunter, I'll go first so you have time to think about it. Unless if you have yours.
Oh, wait. Okay, give me a second to think about it.
Okay, well, I think. Sorry,
so-
I'll go. I'm gonna go.
I got it. So if super strength like involves the muscles, so it's durability too, then super strength, because you could technically do flight with that also. You just might destroy wherever you land because you jump so hard.
Interesting.
So Hulk.
Yeah, like the Hulk, where you can practically say the Hulk can fly because, he jumps so hard that he can go halfway across. Yeah, he can go halfway across the world. You can jump continents. It just might destroy where you land, so you got to be a little careful. But I can get there.
So you
Guess that's
don't
fair.
want to go around hopping from nursery to orphanage to old folks homes. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go visit the orphans and then go checking out the old people, and then
We
you're like,
wouldn't
what
have
have I
invasion
done?
if that was the case.
What have I done?
I will land in a field a few miles away from the orphanage, right?
There you go.
You just got to get the skill shot, the accuracy up.
Yeah, the accuracy.
All right, my superpower, I would want to read minds. So very basic, I like to read minds. I think that's it's people don't need to know that you have that power. That could be like, hidden and like low key, but it can get you, many places and like you can do good things with it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be a really, really strong power too. I kind of feel like I would hate everyone though, because sometimes you think some stuff in your head that you would never say and you don't really believe, but you still think it every once in a while. Like I'd be like, oh grandma, why do you think that about the mailman? That's gross.
Yeah, think of it like this. Hunter's smashing his, computer because he's super strong, but I'm like reading the other shot caller's mind and now I'm 2 steps ahead of him.
There you
So,
go.
How do you read their mind though? Like they're all the way across. How does this work? Do you just think of a mind and you know their thoughts?
I don't know, bro. I could read minds.
Cerebro, man. That's all it needs.
All right,
Yeah.
Zoltoid, back to you. Tag, you're in.
All right. Sylvanas, both games. Obviously, you guys knew how to leverage it. You took a lot of, you took every advantage to be able to put your advantages in those situations. Go.
Yeah.
Mate,
I think Sylvanas is pretty good on all track. I think that's actually one of her better maps because if you get Merc Queens and you get it on that middle camp, it's literally stronger than the boss. So as long as you time it right, have a wave with it, if you out rotate them, if you have certain advantages to it, you can get massive leads from it. I think from the first camp, we actually got I didn't have Merc Queen, but I was just still Sylvanas. We got all a gate, fountain, and half a fort. 3 minutes in the game.
Yeah, it was
Barely.
insane. It really, really, really was. I mean, even to follow up to that, if we're talking about game 2, Hunter, did you miss a Stormbolt? And I'm pretty sure every single one that landed pretty much killed someone straight off the bat. Every single time you landed one, it was death as soon as that happened with that composition. It was nuts.
Yeah,
Holy hell.
we had just such a dive heavy comp, just see hero, kill hero, and the way Ultrag works, it's so easy to find people when they're not in a minion wave, and they kept splitting a little too far, and the moment they split off, Satat was right behind me. I would throw a Stormbolt and he'd just rip ult, and even if it was because we had the Abathur too, even if it was just Diablo, he'd go 100 to 0 instantly. He can't do anything about it if the Stormbolt hits.
Yeah, and I don't want to
was
understate the
great.
fact that the Sylvanas damage is also really strong. Was probably one of the major reasons you guys were able to kill Diablo in a lot of those situations. You're like, Diablo should be able to survive some of this, but man, he just melted just about as fast as the backliners did in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially think of all that damage is being done by everyone else, and then at level 13, I throw a negative 25% armor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
damage
great.
it's crazy. So yeah, we were able to gain a lot of advantages through our macro play there, with using the Sylvanas, and I think it worked out really well.
And Abathur. The
Yeah,
Abathur.
Abathur was a big factor for that for
Fantastic.
sure. Weenus?
Oh yes, back to the less important question. If you could have one, you can only eat one more food for the rest of your life, but it's prepared and it can be a dish. What is it?
Okay, I'll start. So I don't know if you guys ever. I don't know the real name for it, but like the Greek food that's like the spinach pie. Like it's. I'm forgetting the name. It's basically called the spinach pie.
I think it's called the Mamma Mia. I think it's
the
called the
Mamma
Mamma
Mia.
Mia. Yeah.
All right, we'll call it the Mamma Mia. The Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. Like that stuff is so good. I'd eat that stuff all day.
Spinach pie. All right.
Yeah.
If I say sandwich, does that include things like hamburgers, like normal sandwiches, like BLT, stuff like that?
No, it has to be a specific sandwich, but you could stack it. You're like, all right, I want a sandwich and I want this meat, but I also want tomatoes and I want pickles and I want lettuce
so hard.
and bacon,
That's such a hard question.
avocado. Like,
So
know,
I
it's
can't.
tough.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Also,
I mean-
another semantics question is potatoes. Can I include stuff with it, or no? So I can't just say
It's a meal.
potatoes and it'd be like French. It has to be one meal.
Yeah,
It's so hard, dude. It's not like one food. I don't know. That's
I
too
picked
hard
the
for
Mamma
me.
Mia. You can
This-
pick anything you want.
This was harder than like the Div-S games today. Harder than the Fear. This is a hard question.
Well-
Someone's gonna clip that.
I can't handle this.
We really want to make you sweat, so that's our
man.
goal.
I have one meal. Oh, okay. I got it. There are bao buns, and I've had them in a few different places, and probably like a chicken bao bun with some kind of barbecue sauce on top with lettuce and carrots, shredded carrots.
That sounds like a really
So good.
respectful meal if you have to bow when you eat them.
Yeah, Mamma Mia.
They're not Italian. It's Chinese food.
Oh my goodness. All right. Ziltoy, do you want to close out with one more question, or should we let these guys go, or what are you thinking?
I really got nothing else at the moment. So
All right. Well, do you guys have any?
Good job on your guys' games today. And,
Yeah, congratulations.
This
Thank you.
matchup and in your earlier win today on in Div S. Hopefully, you guys can keep that going. I know it's going to be a little tougher when you start going into some of the other teams like Work or Lost Boys and stuff like that. But you see if I see some more spicy drafts like we just saw in Alterac, man, I'm hoping you guys can take some games or something like that. That was really quite amazing. I loved every aspect of Alterac's draft today, and I really learned something about kind of like some compositions that just super powerful if you're really on point with the Storm Bolts.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. And do you have any shout outs for us?
Yeah, I'll start it off, and Hunter, I'll
Alright.
throw it your way. So first of all, big shout out to you guys for casting this game. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna love going through it. I have multiple people that came out to watch this, so thank you so much on the whole fan base behind Celeb Gaming. It's all because of you guys. So thank you for the cast, and thank you for like the chillest interview I ever done. And that was super fun. That was super fun. The Mamma Mia is never gonna die. Also, shout out to our sponsor. Thank you guys for supporting us and support representing us through our game. And I hope we can keep bringing victories and play under Celeb Gaming. If you want to find more about our sponsor, more about the team, you can follow us on Twitter at Celeb TV Gaming. You can find all updates on there. We have some big announcements coming soon, so we'll see you on there. And Hunter, all you.
Well, Matt touched up on most of it. I do want to say a special thanks to our viewers, anyone who's stopped by not only the streams for our NGS games and our Div-S games, but also individual streams. Big shout outs to everyone there and anyone else who's a fan. And I want to also say special shout out to Decade. He's been helping us a lot. And also my friends Miguel and Cody. I just found out Cody's wife or fiance is pregnant, so huge shout out to them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to take his thunder by announcing it on stream, so
Nice.
send it to him. And yeah, and a big thank you to both of you for casting our games. Oh, lastly, huge shout out to Montreal-style Beigels, and we didn't get to say thank you to Revive, but both series were fantastic, a lot of fun, and I think they were great masters. I can't wait to rewatch all of them. So yeah.
Well done, and congratulations. Thanks, guys. This is a lot of fun to watch. Thanks for playing hot so that we can enjoy it.
Thank you for the cast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a good night.
All right,
You
good
too.
night.
Night.
All right, should I pull you back in, Ziltoid? Should we do that? Should we? Let me.
If you want my face,
Yeah, show me that face. I'm gonna try to pull you in and see what happens. I had to kick Ziltoid out for a second, and I replaced him with chickens, as you can see.
no problem. So that was super fun. Like I said, that last match just took me by surprise. It covered all the bases. You had the macro, and then you had the kill pressure. And Montreal-style Bagels just didn't quite have enough health bars on their side to keep them alive in those situations.
Hey man, Celeb gaming is scary, so you
they're
know.
scary. Yeah, they definitely thought up some crazy stuff for us tonight, and it was a pleasure to cast. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so congratulations to both teams. It was fun to be able to see both you guys fight, and a big shout out to you, Ziltoid. Thanks for joining me on this, and for the expert analyst commentary. One of the core analysts for NGS, Ziltoid always has really good information and a really great perspective on what's happening in all divisions. So thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, and you make sure we have a lot of fun. I mean, I was really happy to get in to be able to do a cast with you. I've been ever since coming into doing more live stuff, being on camera and stuff like that, which I hadn't really done up until this point. I've been really enjoying it, and I have you to thank for that, even for the Nexus Edge, because the fun first episodes really kind of got me into it, and I've been enjoying it ever since. So I appreciate it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, a lot of people think, well, maybe I'll enjoy this, and then they try it, and they're like, oh yeah, I kind of do like this, and they get more involved, and so I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Absolutely. Do you have any shout outs before we head on out of here?
To you, obviously Nexus Edge as well. It's a great show. People should watch it. We try to get put the spotlight on the community and try to get everyone involved in that kind of stuff like that. We're trying to also showcase, get some expert level advice in a segment that I'm going to call Nexperts, which I actually have a video hopefully releasing. Was supposed to release this last week with the Nexus Edge, but we're probably going to have it out like tomorrow or the next day or whatever the case is. So catch that. It actually has CTV Matt talking about Mephisto, which we actually saw in Dev S today. And they did pick up a win with that hero as well. So, very good expert advice on it, and hopefully we can kind of keep that going as well. Other than that, I might do some personal streaming, although I've just been enjoying doing the cold cast up to this point. So, you'll probably just see me here and the Nexus Edge every once in a while. So, that's pretty much it.
Excellent. Well, all good things. Do you have a Twitter, Ziltoid? I forgot to ask you earlier.
I do, but my wife set it up, and I can't remember what the account's called. So next time, I'll have one for you.
Okay, that sounds good. Because at one point, there's something on Twitter, and I tagged. I was like, I don't know if he's on here or not, but here's one that is a Ziltoid. I'm just gonna tag this Ziltoid, and we never heard anything back. So I was like, oh, hopefully some guy somewhere just got tagged for a random post. So who knows? Maybe it's you. Maybe you'll find out if
it's
you never get back in.
Popular name, so it probably wasn't me, but it's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. But all right, well, you can find me on Twitter at MoistWeenus if you like, twitch.tv/MoistWeenus. NexusGamingSeries.org is where the website is. You guys want to play organized HOTS, please come on in and play. We have we have all divisions, so it doesn't matter how good you are. Just grab some of your friends or come and fill out your team here. Looking for some free agents. Consider, I guess, the NGS Patreon if you have some spare bucks to throw at these people. It all goes towards the website and expanding all of the things that they offer there and keeping the league running. So thanks everybody. I think that's gonna do it for us. Thanks everybody in chat. I just got a follow from Hunter CJ. Thank you
All
very
right.
much. Yeah, it sounds like a familiar name. Thanks everybody for joining us in chat. CTV owner, Rio Kai, Sliff Hot, Jozel. There was some Slexia, Sabi, Train, some Mongoose. Thank you so much for the raid. Slexia for the bits. Everybody for being here. Satat. So that's going to do it for us. We are out of here. Thank you and good night.